Hello. Good evening, magic makers. For those of you that don't know me, I am Roxanne Higgins, the Growth and Joy Alchemist. This is kind of a part 4 or a conclusion around the belief coding sessions I was doing on myself. Self facilitations. That's easy to say, I don't think. Self facilitations around optimum health. So in my last video, I talked about, which was yesterday, but obviously you can be watching these in any old order. It's around craving hibernation and everything that come up underneath it. And it's only now that I've cleared it that I realised it was quite a discomfort in, it made me feel a bit weak, I suppose, is the only word I can think of right now. Whereas now, and this is what I kind of forgot to add to my last video, when I felt into all those things, which were the reason it was worrying me, the fact that it could manifest as illness, and that it's then not allowing me to rest because I think if I'm resting I must be ill. When I really dug into that, I then measured how I felt. So the way I did that was on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the worst feeling possible. How was I feeling about it? Bearing in mind I did that after I dug into it and then recoded it afterwards, so I didn't sit with the feelings for particularly long. I got 9 out of 10, which surprised me because it felt more like a little niggle or a frustration, but maybe it was a bigger deal than I realised. And then afterwards, this is just to show you the impact that belief coding creates. Afterwards, when I felt into how I felt on a scale of, 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, 10 being the worst feeling possible, I couldn't put a number on it because it just didn't feel like it was there anymore, which I suppose would make it a 0, wouldn't it? It just didn't feel like a thing, and I couldn't quite get my head round what the big deal was, why it had bothered me. I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, this is weird. So I'd taken it from a 9, 9 out of 10 feeling bad, of feeling bad, right down to a 0. I was like, wow. That says a lot, doesn't it? And the other thing I forgot to add in my previous video, there was two things that had come up, hadn't they, in my initial belief coding session around optimum health. One was that craving hibernation, and the other thing was the fact that I believed that my body was in a state of confusion. Well, when I tested afterwards, bearing in mind I didn't work on that, I no longer held that belief. So by clearing the sort of uncomfortableness around craving hibernation, I also by default cleared the belief that my body is in a state of confusion. Now, looking at the beliefs I coded in, I guess it makes sense because I'd coded them that my health is the best it's ever been. I always have a really good work-rest balance. I'm always strong, energised, motivated and productive. And the others don't probably really apply to that. But yeah, so just by working on one, cleared the other one by default, which is amazing. So I wanted to tell you that. And then also today, I felt, it just wasn't, like I say, it just wasn't there when I thought about it. And I just felt differently. I felt more relaxed. Everything felt easier. I didn't feel like each job or task or thing I had to do was a chore anymore. Put it this way, I was up at 6:30, which is pretty good for me lately. By 9 o'clock, I'd been to the shop, I'd stripped my bed and washed it all. I'd put all the bins out, I'd hung the washing out, already. What else had I done? I'd washed up, took the bins out, done the washing, hung it out, stripped my bed. I'd kind of done everything that needed doing and I was ready for the day at 9. Like I said, been to shop, I was like, whoa, this is not normal. Oh, put dinner on. So I put dinner in the slow cooker ready. So that was done later. And then I just got on and had a nice day. It was a day off today. So I went out and done stuff and, sort of 11:30 I was thinking, there's nothing left I need to do really. There's always stuff you can do, but those daily jobs that sometimes felt like they were taking me until bedtime were done. And it just, it was a bit of an odd feeling, but in a good way. And then I did my shopping this evening, which I wouldn't normally do until the weekend, but just because I know I've got plans at the weekend, I had time tonight. And that felt good. So as the belief, it'd been productive, but I am tired, but it's not worrying me. It's almost like well, I've done everything I need to. I can rest now. There's no resistance around it. There's no resistance around being productive. There's no resistance around resting. I feel like I've got that balance, which is that belief, isn't it? I'm always, not that one. I have a really good work-rest balance. I'm like, wow. So it's like 7:15 here in the evening. And like I said, there's always plenty I could do, but there's nothing I have to do other than wash and go to sleep. I'm like, wow, I can actually rest. I can lay in bed and read a book or something. So I just wanted to report back to let you know what's changed and how you test it, basically. So obviously you can tell the difference in the way you feel, because obviously that measurement with a number before and after, but also like, what's different? I've just never been that productive or organised first thing in the morning. I can't say I felt fully awake, but got on with it and it felt fine. There wasn't that push-pull sort of resistance feeling going on. And everything that I did do felt kind of effortless, whereas lately each job has felt like effort. And I've just been quick with it, which, it's really good for me. So, epic results. I thought I'd share that. You can still get the resistance reset. It's still available, still free. I'll pop the link here in the details. Same with the belief coding sessions, but there is something really big and exciting happening soon. So I've got a new offer, which is a one-to-one breakthrough mapping session, which highlights why you're feeling resistant. It uncovers the beliefs underneath it, and then we can then go forward if you want, if it feels aligned. Sometimes that's enough. Just uncovering the beliefs might be enough to create that shift. But obviously, if that's not, then we can go forward and map how we can work together and create your own sort of energetic rebirth through sort of multiple belief coding sessions. So those are coming soon. Mega excited about that. If you want to be one of the first ones to grab one, I will also pop that link in the details, or do reach out to me, let me know, and we get that organised for you, because it just makes such a difference to how you feel. That sort of, the chatter's gone, everything felt like an effort and it felt like struggle, and today's just not been like that. Today it's just been light and easy, and it's a great feeling. So speak to you soon. Bye bye.